also. Because when we remember Krishna, there is only auspiciousness. Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan, Ishan Isha Avatarakan, Tat Prakasham Satat Shakti, Krishna Chaitanya Sanyukam. So Parikshare Arambha Kori Mangala Charana, Guru Krishna, Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan, Tine Rasmarana. Tine Rasmarana Hoy Vighana Vinashana, Anayasa Safal Nija Vanchita Purana. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Mataji will have lifelines also. So in case she gets stuck and needs help, she can phone a friend to all of you. Right? That
Yes,
will make
Prabhuji.
it fun and interesting. Okay. So we'll start with the easy ones and then go with the little challenging ones. So maybe we'll just start with the first verse of Bhagavad Gita and then the last verse of Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, Prabhuji. So the first verse, 1.1. Dhritarashtrovacha dharam kshetre kurukshetre samvetayuyutsava mamaka pandavascheva kim akurvat sanjaya. The last verse is 18.78. Sanjay Vacha. Yatra yogeshwaro krishno yatra partho dhanurdhara tatra shri vijayo bhutir dhruva nitir matir mama.
Very nice. This is amazing. Thank you. Now, maybe you can tell me one verse where Krishna is giving the essence of Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
What is the... Yes, please.
Yes, Prabhuji. So I believe you're talking about 18.66. Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham swam sarva papebhyo mokshaishami ma shucha.
Very nice. Thank you. And do you know any verse where Krishna says that we should offer some fruits and flowers to him?
Yes, Prabhuji. 9.26. Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadham bhakti uparatam ashnami pratatmana.
Wonderful. And can you tell whether it is easy to overcome this material world or is it hard to overcome?
Yes, Prabhuji. Krishna says in verse 7.14 that it is very hard to overcome this Maya, this material energy of mine. So he says, Devi esha gunamayi mammaya duratyaya mamevye prapadyante maya metam tarantite.
Very nice. Can you prove what happened to Jad Bharat, that how he was thinking of a deer and he became a deer? Can you prove it by a verse from Bhagavad Gita, please?
Yes, Prabhuji. So Krishna says in verse 8.5 and 8.6, so 8.5 I'll start with. Antakale cha mame va smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam yati nasti atrams asamshaya. And in the next one he says, 8.6 he says, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajte ante kalevaram tam tam eveti konteya sada tad bhava bhavita.
Wonderful. This is amazing. Very good. You can all clap. Good, good. You show that the reactions button you have, you can use those also. Can you tell me any verse from chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, Prabhuji. So in the verses you listed 6.6, where Krishna says mind can be one's best friend or one's worst enemy. Bandhur atmatmanastasya yenatmevatmana jata anatmanastu shatrutve varte tatmeva shatruvat.
Wonderful. This is one of the complex ones. I must say you have done really a lot of sincere hard work and memorizing and understanding, not just like memorizing like a parrot, but understanding thoroughly. That is really good. Can you tell me verse number 8.28 of Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll try. Vedeshu yagyeshu tapsu chaiva दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वम् इदं विदित्वा योगी param sthanamupeti chadyam.
Wonderful. Do you know the meaning as well?
Yes, Prabhuji. So Krishna says that whatever uh, uh, pious fruits can be earned from Vedas, from learning Vedas, or from yajnas, fire sacrifices, or from austerities, or from charity, the devotee exceeds the piety that can be obtained from all these other acts.
This is amazing. Very nice. This is the conclusion of chapter 8. Very nice you mentioned. Yogi param sthanam upeti chadya. Wonderful. There's a cycle of degradation mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita chapter number 2 towards the end of the chapter. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Yes, Prabhuji. So there are two verses, 2.62 and 63, that Krishna gives a chain of events that will happen by attaching oneself to sense objects. So 2.62, Krishna says, Dhyayato Vishyan Pumsa Sangasteshopajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kama Krodho Vijayate. So in 2.63, he goes forward from krodha or from anger. What happens? He says, Krodhat bhakti sammoha sammohat smriti vibrama smriti bhramshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati.
Wonderful. Amazing. Now, how can we overcome these modes? These are very difficult to overcome. How can we overcome the three modes of this material nature, these gunas?
So I think you are maybe referring to 9.13. Mahatmanastu mam partha devim prakritim ashrita bhajantyananya manaso gyatva bhutadim avyayam. I'm not sure, Prabhuji, if that was one you were.
This is also, no, there could be multiple verses referring. There's a verse in 14th chapter also, which specifically talks about one transcends the modes.
Yes, Prabhuji. So 14.26.
Yes.
Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschashmi tatvata tato mam tatvato gyatva vishte tadantaram.
14.26 starts from Mam Cha Yo.
Okay.
You know that?
Mamachayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunana samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Yes, Prabhuji, that's achieves the Brahman or transcends the three modes.
You know the translation, or in paraphrased language, can you share the translation, please, of this verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. Mamachayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. So whoever worships me in devotional service, he transcends these three modes of material nature. Sa gunan samatityatan brahma bhuya kalpate, and achieves the transcendental Brahman platform. So a devotee is immediately situated on the transcendental platform. All his activities are on the Brahman platform.
Very nice. Thank you. Krishna says that I am present in everyone, and he specifically mentions the region also where he is present. Can you share those verses or either one of them?
Yes, Prabhuji. So there are two verses. One is 18.61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshe arjun tishtati brahmyan sarva bhutani yantrarunani mayaya. So here Krishna says that I am situated in the region of the heart. Then there is another one, 15.15. He says, Sarvasya chaham hridisa niveshto matta smrite jnanam apohanam cha vedaishcha sarve rahameva vedyo vedant krid ved eva chaham.
Wonderful. Very nice. There's a verse in chapter 2 which talks about the changing of body like a dress. Do you know which verse
Yes,
is that?
yes, Prabhuji. 2.22 वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि.
Thank you. Yeah, that one actually is a bonus. It is not in the list of 50 verses, but great that you have learned that one as well. Very nice. Can you tell any verse which distinguishes the soul from the body? Or any verse which talks about, or you can use two verses, one for the body, one for the soul.
I can think of 2.13. देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरा प्राप्तिर्धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. And then there are several, so I'm thinking of maybe 2.20 differentiates body and soul. Na jayate mriyate va kadachan nayam bhutva bhavitava na bhuya ajo netya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. And then there is 2.23 also. Nainam chindanti shastrani nainam dahati pavaka na chainam kledyantyaapo na shoshati maruta.
Amazing. This is also a bonus. It's not in the 50 list, but glad that you have learned so many extras also. Looks like you have learned the entire Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, Prabhuji.
Amazing.
Just some important ones.
Very nice. We should be resolute. A devotee should be resolute. Can you tell that verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. So that one is 2.41. विवस्यात्मिका बुद्धि एकः कुरु नन्दना बहुशाखा हि अनन्तश्च बुद्धयो अविवसायनाम्.
Very nice. Very good. Now, Krishna says in chapter 9, Raj Vidya Raj Guhyam. So what is the Supreme Lord telling here?
Prabhuji, Supreme Lord is saying that this knowledge is the most confidential knowledge, and it is the king of all knowledge. Raj Vidya, Raj meaning king, or like refers to royalty. So it's the king of all knowledge. And Raj Guhyam, Guhyam means secret or confidential. It is the king of all confidential knowledge. And he later on in the verse he says that this religion, it can be perceived, the effects can be perceived by direct practice or direct perception. The results can be seen, and it is joyfully performed.
Wonderful. Do you know the word used for it can be perceived directly?
Pratyaksha avagamam dharmyam.
Wonderful. Very nice. How should a disciple approach his spiritual master? In what mood and how he should inquire?
So, Prabhuji, that is 4.34. तद्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनास्तत्त्वदर्शिनः.
Very nice. This is wonderful. Can you tell me a verse which tells that we should focus on the higher taste to give up the lower taste?
Yes, Prabhuji. 2.59. विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिना रसवर्जं रसोऽपि यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते.
And this knowledge is received by parampara. There's a verse in chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita which tells this.
4.2. एवं परम्परा प्राप्तम् इमं राजऋषयो विदु सकालनेह महता योगो नष्ट परन्तपा.
A devotee can understand Krishna. Can you prove it by a verse from Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, Prabhuji. I think this is the one that I wrongly quoted before. So this is 18.55, I believe. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschashmi tatvata tato mam tatvato gyatva vishte tadantaram.
Very nice. In 16.23 verse of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Ya Shastra Vidhim Utsrijya. What does this mean?
So it means that whoever goes against the scriptures, does not conduct their life according to the scriptures or disregards the scriptural injunctions, he says that there is no hope for such a person. He does not achieve any kind of I'm trying to remember the verse. Ya shastra vidim utsrijya vartate kamakarata na sasiddhim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim. So he does not achieve any kind of gati or supreme destination, no siddhis, nothing good comes to him.
Very nice. No sukha, no destination. Whatever we see around is the opulence of the Supreme Lord. Can you prove it?
Yes, Prabhuji. In 10.41, Krishna says, Yad yad vibhuti matsatvam Srimad urjitam eva va tat tad eva avagachatvam mam tejo amsha sambhavam.
Very nice. Yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad juhosi dadasi yas. Can you tell me which verse is that?
This is 9.27, Prabhuji.
Wonderful. Well, like, is Nirbhay Prabhu helping her? It looks like I leaked all the questions.
I don't know enough to help Prabhuji.
No, really, I'm asking really tough questions. I'm really kind of, but she has kind of every word of this 50 verses and more. She is like knows head to toe.
Prabhuji, I really enjoy learning the verses. So
No, this is amazing. I must say, I don't know to the level I must
no,
humbly
Prabhuji, not at
accept
all.
it. If someone takes a test like this to me, I won't be able to give responses like how you are giving. So just the last few questions, of course, you have really excellent way kind of memorize these verses, and not just memorize, as I said, proper understanding is also there. Okay, let's talk about 922. Can you tell me that one?
Yes, Prabhuji. Ananyaschintayanto mam ye jana pariupasate tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham.
Wonderful. Can you tell me a verse that we should be tolerant?
Yes, Prabhuji. In second chapter 2.14, Krishna says, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshana sukhadukhada agamo apaino nityastam stitikshasva bharata. That we should tolerate happiness and distress like the seasons come and go.
Krishna says in one of the verses in chapter 7 that everything is moving around me as the pearls are strung around a thread. Do you know that verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. 7.7. Matta partaram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya maya tatam idam protam sutre mani ganaiva.
Wonderful. Amazing. This process is very, very rare. Devotees are very, very rare. Can you prove it from Bhagavad Gita? Out of many people, very
Yes,
few
Prabhuji.
take it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thanks for giving the hint. 7.3, I believe. Manushyanam sahastreshu kaschid yatati siddhe yatataamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvata.
Very nice. Anyone from the audience wants to tell the translation of this verse?
Prabhuji, I think I know the little summary of this. It says that among the thousands of human birth, there are only few who achieves the perfection, and among those perfectionists, only few who knows me.
Very nice. Incomplete. Very,
In-
very rare.
Yes, that is very rare.
Mhm.
And there is another one related to this also. The Bahunam Nam Janmananto Jnanvanma Prapadyate
Vasudev Sarvamiti.
Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha.
Very nice. I realized that Mataji is not going to use lifelines, so better I engage the audience in something. Because she's learned like head to toe each and every word of these.
No, Prabhuji. I'm
No, it's just
struggling a
good.
lot, so just
It is good. It is good. No, it is good. We should do it nicely. Okay. Anyone who eats food which is not offered to the Lord is sin. Can you prove it?
yes, Prabhuji. 3.13. Yagyashishtashin asanto muchyante sarvakilbisha bhunjte te tvagam papa ye pachanti atma karanat.
Wonderful. Amazing. Okay, just the last few questions. Can you tell us some verse that we should be free from illusion and prestige, etc., to understand the
Prabhuji.
Supreme?
Yes, so 15.5, Krishna says, Nirman moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinibhreta kama dvandve vimukta sukha dukha samagye yogi gachanti amura padam avyayam tat. Did I mix two?
No, you
Good.
said it. You said it correct. What is this Padam Avyayam Tat?
Supreme indestructible destination, the eternal abode of Krishna.
Yes, very nice. Thank you. I don't know how to trick you. You have really done very well. Okay. The fools cannot understand this. Can you prove it?
Yes, Prabhuji. So actually different places Krishna says that, but I think in our list, 9.14. Avjananti mamamura manusham tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto mam bhut maheshwaram.
Very nice. That's 9.11.
11.
11.
We did it today actually in class.
Oh,
This morning.
wonderful.
I forgot the
Very
number.
nice. No, you have passed with flying colors. Everyone give a big round of applause to her. This is not easy. I mean, I was like, to be honest, I would have not passed this test if I would have asked these difficult questions to my own self. So, but Mataji, you did really awesome. I tried to trick you in multiple ways and asking tricky questions, difficult questions, which I won't ask to all the kids, right? So don't get so hung up. Even if you understand, learn the verses at the right age, you will go deeper and understand the word to word also. So don't. This was a tough test for sure. Very nice, very nice. Yes, Prabhu, Nirvay Prabhu, you want to say
So
something?
Prabhuji, other adults also not so difficult test.
Sure. No, Mataji, really excellent. The spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, the Supreme Lord, must be very, very happy, and the demigods must be showering flowers upon you. And we all, let's shower flowers if we would have been there, because she really passed with like excellent flying colors.
Thank you,
Right.
bro. Your association has changed our life. So that's all.
It's vice versa. I feel so inspired by all of your association. So no, really, I'm not exaggerating. I'm honestly telling that the questions I asked to trick you and were not easy, but you really did so well, understood the meanings, and Really, Prabhupada wanted all of us to, Prabhupada said that my devotees should be like, quote, like lawyers, like lawyers quote in that section number 5, article 3 of Constitution 3.2 says this. So that's how we should say. Bhagavad Gita 9.2 says this. Bhagavad Gita 8.4 says this. And you did like that. This is amazing. This is not easy for 50 plus verses. And I'm sure you know more than that, but the scope was only 50. So excellent. Anyone wants to say anything before we move on to kids class? Everyone wants to clap.
Hare Krishna, I just want to say that
Good job, Natasha.
it is inspirational. She is my inspiration for remembering verses and understanding them. So, thank you.
Really very nice.
We can say Hari Bol, Prabhuji. That's all we can say. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Natasha Mataji ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vilas Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
So we'll send you your certificate and a special gift because you did like with exceptionally flying colors. So we certainly want to acknowledge that and appreciate that for all your hard work. So we'll send it soon.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Natasha Mataji, one thing I was thinking, I know only one person who can beat you. That's Navya Mataji.
Yes. Amazing. Thank you.
Diana
Thank you.
is almost there, Mataji. Keep it up with.
Yes. She is the role model for all of you. Okay, then you also have to pass like that. I won't ask such difficult questions to you. We'll keep it simple. Okay, but I hope you're all moving forward in your journey of verses, and every week you have set up your goals, right? Give a thumbs up if you are aligned with your goal. Vinita is thinking, should I give thumbs up or down or what? And some of the videos are still kind of not working, I guess. Is the video department on strike for today? I guess the adults can now. Thank you.